been thinking about a lot of things, and so I was, yeah, I never know for sure how much to divulge of my recent life adventures, but my recent life adventure is I finally retired my position at the daycare, so I'm no longer in charge of 12 two-year-olds. And it was challenging in a lot of different ways. But I was not ready for my emotions to take hold. And the first mother, I told her, goodness sakes, I'll really cry. Try so hard not to cry. Told her that I was leaving, and I wouldn't be there. I only told one parent in person. I was just overtaken with emotion. I just started to weep, and I was like, oh my goodness. So then she started to cry, and Alexis is watching this, and she's tearing up, and the little 2-year-old, soon to be 3, little girls looking at us like, what is the problem, and what is going on, and not comprehending at all, and got through that, and then I decided, okay, I can't not tell the parents in person because I just can't take any more emotions, so I wrote a letter to each of them, and I sat there and wept and cried, and then Friday, it was my last day, and I wanted to come up and help Miss Elisa and everybody else with the funeral that was taking place. And so I left during nap time, and I am literally, I feel like the mother who lived in the shoe who had too many children didn't know what to do. I felt like so I'm going and kissing every child, and I'm just weeping. I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot. I don't know what my problem is, but I do care deeply about people, and even my coffee shop customers. You just care, and you do love, and when the scripture says that the love of God has been shed abroad in your heart, I feel like it's been shed abroad to the power of 10. It's like 12, and I know that part of it is my behavior style makeup. That I'm an ID by the DIS-standard method. So, I definitely want people to like me and approve of me, and I'll fight for that. But I'm also really quick to love, and quick to care, and quick to, jump in 110% and believe that and I have quit doing this. I used to say, whenever you need me, I'll be there, and whatever you want me to do, I'll do. I have quit that. I've quit that because just recognizing that even with my position at the daycare, I just can't do it all. I can't do everything that's in my heart to do, and I don't know how that plays out. But I think about a lot of times with Jesus, and I go to this a lot, why did he come, and the freedom of choice that he had to leave, and knowing what was that was before him with the cross, and that time in the garden of just, agonizing over the path that was laid before him, and knowing the cruelty of man, and knowing the evil and the suffering that was to take place, and wanting to have another way out, and going before the Father and saying, there is another way. Is there another way? And then having the Father say, no, there isn't. But in that, knowing that he had the power and the authority to just say, you know what, I can call these 144,000 angels down right now, and I can just speak to them because they are on guard. They are on guard, watching and waiting for me to just speak the word, and they will come, and all of this can stop. All of it can stop. And I don't have to go through this. We can just let it go, and whatever Jesus and God would do after that would be their choice. But he didn't have to. He had a choice. And I think at times, and I was trying to remember clearly where this thought came from, but I think it was from the book by William Paul Young where it says lies we believe about God, and it talks about in there about there's always this perception that God was so angry at man that he had to punish Jesus so horrifically to prove that the payment of man's sin would be fully recognized and paid for. And in this book, Lies We Believe About God, I mean, it brought out the thought that possibly that it wasn't God's need to be so vengeful and have his wrath so completely satisfied as it was of Jesus' willingness to submit to the authority of man that was on the earth at that time. I mean, he submitted himself to the rulership and the cruelty of man. And it wasn't God being so horrifically mean and all of that, but it was Jesus' willingness. It says he humbled himself and became a servant, and he was a lamb that was led to the slaughter. It wasn't like he was manipulated, forced, coerced, or any of those things. He willingly went to the cross for me. And I think that love, I know that I care for people, but my love doesn't even remotely come close to the love that he has for man. And his willingness to submit to the laws of the land for my behalf. And I think about that, and I think about why and what is the purpose of this, and Pastor John has been ministering and sharing about the value of believers doing business in the world today, in that sometimes our perception of a business person, a person who is actually prosperous and making money, is sometimes skewed as to a person that is greedy and not caring and wanting to take advantage of maybe those who don't know or don't understand. And our perception, and I feel like the Spirit of God has been trying to kind of change that a little bit, in his first time that he brought it out was so apropos for me, because in stepping away from the daycare, I will be purchasing the coffee shop down here. I'm scheduled to go into ownership officially June 1st, so I feel like I'm getting married and having a kid at the same time. And it's like, oh man, do I really want to do this covenant relationship? No. So anyway, so it's like, that's what I feel. I feel like I'm getting married and having a child at the same time. And both of those events in my life were so far more committal than I ever recognized at the time. Didn't realize what I was in for until I went and said, I do. I was like, what just happened? And I feel like I'm going to be that way when I get in the coffee shop. What just happened? What did I do? So, but it was so apropos for me when he was sharing about that, because that is what I will be in, is I will be in business. I will be doing business. I will be providing a service, a very much needed service, in my opinion. Keeps us all sane and happy. A very much needed service in the community, and I so enjoyed my relationships with the customers. I cannot even tell you how much it's blessed me to witness their lives and to be a part of that and to hear and to share, and it's truly been a fun time for me. But in that, going back to Jesus coming to the earth in Matthew 28, it says, and this is after he had gone to the cross, and paid that price, and came up, and he was preparing to ascend to heaven, and he was preparing to sit at the right hand of the Father and wait until we all come together. And what a glorious day that will be. But he says, go then and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach them to observe everything that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you all your days. And I read from the Amplified because I like lots of words. The more words, the happier everybody is, especially me. But I will be with you. I will be perpetually, uniformly, and on every occasion, I will be with you. I will be with you on every occasion, to the very ends of the days, to the very end of this age. I am going to be with you. And in Luke 1:74, it says that the reason that Jesus came was to deliver us from all fear. And see, Jesus came that he might have a relationship, that door might be opened again, that we might have that intimacy relationship with him again, that we might be able to have that same intimacy that God experienced with mankind in the garden. He wanted that to be restored. And he says, go and do what? Go and make disciples. Go and have relationships with people. Go love people. Go love people and let people love you. And what are we afraid of? We are afraid to love. And we are afraid to be loved. Why? Because it hurts. It hurts. People have hurt us. People have disappointed us. People haven't been there for us. We've had expectations and they haven't come through for us. And people have had expectations on us and we haven't come through for them. So it hurts. And so he says, go. Go and make disciples. Go and have relationships. Learn. Keep learning and keep learning. And then keep teaching and keep teaching. But go. Go. Go and love. And go and be loved. And then, going back to Luke 1:74, he says, I have delivered you from fear. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, I haven't given you the spirit of fear. That fear that you experience, that fear of rejection, that fear of not being loved, that fear of not having enough, that fear of what the future, that fear of yourself, all of that, he says, that's not from me. That's not from me. He says, I haven't given you the spirit of fear. He says, I've given you the spirit of love, a love that is not to be contained, preserved, hidden, any of those things. A love that is to be shared. He says, I've given you a spirit of love. I've given you the spirit of peace. A peace that will act as an umpire in your heart, that will rule and reign in your heart and guide you in every direction that you need to go. A spirit of love, a spirit of peace, a spirit of control. A spirit of control. And a sound mind. A sound mind. A mind that can think, a mind that can discern, a mind that can solve, a mind that can comprehend and understand. To love is a beautiful thing. To love is a beautiful thing. We have been loved. Jesus paid a horrendous price in order that we might be able in a position to receive his love and to reciprocate his love. A price has been paid that we might be loved, but that we can reciprocate his love, that we can give his love. And yeah, we're going to get hurt. And yeah, it's going to be hard at times. But every time I think it's a little too hard, I always go back to that garden. And I think he didn't have to. He didn't have to come. He didn't have to live on the earth. And he surely didn't have to die. But he did because he thought people were worth it. People are worth having a relationship with. People are worth your time. They're worth your energy. They're worth your love. They're worth it. Let's pray. Precious Father, I'm so thankful that you love me first. I'm so thankful that you know me. I'm so thankful that you know all of me and you still love me. You love me. And you have given me the ability to love others. You have given me the strength. You have given me the grace. You've given me the power to love. And yeah, it hurts sometimes. It hurts. It hurts, but it's okay. It's okay because people are worth it. People are worth it. You thought I was worth it. You thought I was worth it. Help us, Lord, to understand. Help us to understand you. Help us to understand ourselves. Help us to understand what it means to love people, to love each other. In Jesus' name, amen.